Hi, welcome back to the bookshelf of timeless classics from the Daily Better, a channel dedicated to sharing personal growth insights through great books. Are you struggling with love? Are you still searching for that one true half of your life? Many of us long for a sweet love, a fulfilling marriage. Yet reality has a way of tripping us up again and again, leaving us with heartbreak and disappointment. The path to understanding love, to learning how to love, is itself a journey, one filled with lessons that shape us, helping us grow and mature. Beyond drawing wisdom from our own experiences and observations, we can also enrich our understanding of love through timeless books. There is one novel, often called an encyclopedia of love, praised by the New York Times as the most beautiful love story in human history. That book is Love in the Time of Cholera by Gabriel García Márquez, the work he considered his most beloved and satisfying. It tells of a romance that stretched over half a century. Florentino Ariza, a poor young man, fell deeply in love with Fermina Daza, a beautiful girl from a wealthy family. But the chasm of class and status tore them apart. Fermina married a rich doctor, while Ariza devoted his entire life to waiting for 51 long years, determined to win back his true love. And in the end, after all the storms of life, they finally found their way back to each other. This is a grand love story, one that withstood the test of time. Yet behind its brilliance lies a harsh truth: love cannot live on feelings alone. It also demands compatibility in many aspects of life. Without harmony, even the most passionate love can wither away with the years. And so, today's theme is this: if you are not strong enough, love alone cannot save you. Illustrated through the unforgettable novel Love in the Time of Cholera by the great Colombian writer, Gabriel García Márquez. If you lack strength and stability, no matter how deeply you love, you may never be able to build a future. Take Florentino Ariza, for example, the illegitimate son of a powerful shipping magnate. Though his father secretly supported him, Florentino was never officially acknowledged. When his father died, that hidden lifeline was cut off, forcing him to abandon school and work at the post office. One day, while delivering a telegram, he met Fermina. A single glance from her made his heart race. To win her attention, he began sitting on a garden bench near her house, pretending to read poetry. He wrote countless love letters, often enclosing flowers and verses. At night, he would linger outside her window, playing his violin softly to lull her to sleep. Gradually, Fermina's heart warmed, and soon their secret romance blossomed. Ariza, swept away, proposed marriage. But reality was unkind. Fermina was expelled from school for falling in love too young. Her father was furious, branding Ariza as a roadblock to his ambitions. In his eyes, as a newly wealthy merchant, his daughter was his greatest asset for the future, while Ariza was nothing more than a bastard child, a thorn to be plucked out. He took Fermina far away, yet Florentino kept writing letters that followed her everywhere. At last, her father gave in, allowing her to choose for herself. But when Fermina and Florentino met again after their time apart, something had changed. The romantic glow had faded. To her, he was no longer the gallant figure of her dreams, but merely a poor, awkward, unattractive young man. She realized that what they had was only an illusion, and she ended things firmly and without regret. The novel offers a piercing truth: the weak will never enter the kingdom of love, for it is a harsh and stingy kingdom. Women open their hearts only to men of strength, for they seek the safety to face life's challenges. A humble home with 2 hearts of gold may sound romantic, but sooner or later, reality will test that dream. Florentino was gifted and clever, yet his low status pinned him down like a nail at the bottom of society. No matter how fiercely he proved his love, his lack of stability was a fatal blow. Isn't that true for many of us as well? In love, we throw away our principles, burning like moths drawn to the flame. And when our devotion isn't returned, we feel crushed, resentful, certain that life is unfair to those who love wholeheartedly. But the truth is, the problem lies within us. If we are not strong enough, if we lack the foundation, then no amount of love can carry the weight of the future. Behind the shimmering veil of romance, the simple needs of daily life will always demand their due. And that is the truth anyone rushing into love or marriage must one day face. Love is a marathon. After breaking up with Florentino Ariza, Fermina Daza fell gravely ill, plagued by vomiting and diarrhea. Her father feared she had contracted cholera, so he called for Dr. Juvenal Urbino. The moment Urbino laid eyes on Fermina, he was overwhelmed by her beauty. Her father noticed it too, and a plan began to form in his mind. If he could marry his daughter to Urbino, a doctor from a noble family, highly skilled in medicine, deeply involved in charitable work, and respected throughout the community, then Fermina's life would be secure. She would never worry about food or shelter, and she would have a solid foundation to lean on. And so, the father arranged opportunities for them to meet, and Urbino began courting Fermina. After several encounters, Fermina realized that while Urbino was not the most romantic man, he had stability, good standing, and genuine care for her. In the end, she agreed to marry him. As someone once said, marriage is often just an exchange, each side taking what they need. Fermina and Urbino's union was proof of that. Her beauty elevated Urbino's social prestige, making him the envy of others, while she, the daughter of a merchant, rose to become the wife of a famous doctor, enjoying wealth and status. But as you know, beauty fades. The youthful face, the slender figure, time slowly erases them. The balance of that original exchange began to shift. As Fermina aged, she became a housewife hidden in her husband's shadow. The endless responsibilities of domestic life wore her down, while Urbino's reputation and influence only grew. Gradually, he lost interest in his aging wife, and even sought affairs with younger women. Though he eventually returned to his family, the cracks were deep. Arguments over trivial matters filled their home, and Fermina endured the rest of her days under a heavy, suffocating atmosphere. The novel delivers a striking truth. Love is a game, and you must always remain equal with your partner if you want it to last. If one grows too strong, the other will feel exhausted. If one grows too weak, the other will grow bored. Indeed, love is like a marathon. At the start, when you first fall in love, when you first marry, you both stand at the same starting line. But whether you can cross the finish line together depends on the overall strength of each person. If both move at the same pace, if there is balance, then life flows in harmony. But when one surges ahead while the other lags behind, the distance only grows wider. Without compassion and care, the stronger one will take control, while the weaker one is left to accept their fate. In the book, How to Make Anyone Fall in Love with You, by a renowned expert on communication and relationships, there is a principle known as the law of equal value. It may sound cold, as if love were reduced to market terms, but research supports it. The happiest relationships are the ones that achieve balance. The author lists 6 factors that shape our choice of a partner and help sustain a relationship: appearance, wealth, social status, knowledge, social skills, and personality. You can score yourself and your partner from 1 to 10 in each category. If the scores are close, that's a good sign. If not, your strengths can balance out their weaknesses and vice versa, bringing you both closer to equilibrium. So remember this. If you want to reach the finish line together, you must both have the stamina to endure the race. If a flower blooms on its own, the butterflies will surely come. When Florentino Ariza heard the news that Fermina had married, he was devastated. He shut himself away, refusing to speak, refusing to eat, weeping through the nights. From that bitter heartbreak, he drew a hard lesson. He had to change. Ariza found work at a shipping company, passed the grueling tests, and soon became one of its most trusted trainees. His career rose swiftly from there. But in matters of the heart he remained adrift, for he had always kept a sacred place reserved for Fermina. Over the years, he drifted through 622 affairs, recording them meticulously in 25 notebooks filled with names and details. Yet every fleeting pleasure vanished like morning dew. None could replace that unforgettable first love. To win Fermina back became his sole purpose, the one thread tying his life together. He took meticulous care of himself, maintaining a strong body and sharp mind even in old age. Professionally, he climbed higher and higher until he became president of the company, wealthy, powerful, and confident. And then the moment he had been waiting for finally arrived. Dr. Juvenal Urbino, Fermina's husband, passed away. On the very day Fermina became a widow, before her tears had even dried, Ariza appeared and confessed the love he had guarded for nearly half a century. Outraged, Fermina drove him away. But Ariza did not falter. He picked up his pen once more and began writing her love letters. To Fermina, those letters were like a balm for her weary heart. Eventually, she accepted his invitation to travel on one of his company's riverboats. He arranged a private cabin for her, and there, surrounded by endless sky and water, two aging souls carved out a love untouched by the outside world. They had lost half a lifetime, yet somehow they rediscovered each other, rekindling the flame of their youth. But one question lingers: did Fermina truly fall for love or for the security Ariza now embodied? If he had remained poor, frail, and unattractive, suddenly appearing with the words "I have loved you forever," would the outcome have been the same? The answer is clear: no. Fermina would never have chosen him if he had remained as weak as in the beginning. She agreed to step onto that boat only because she knew his love was steadfast, and his lifelong strength gave her safety. As the parasol tree grows, the phoenix will come. When flowers bloom, the butterflies arrive. If you haven't yet achieved what you long for, the first step is to look inward. Instead of despair, nurture yourself with real, practical effort. Then you won't need to chase, to beg for love. You will be like a flower blooming on its own, radiant and fragrant, naturally drawing others to you. Ariza's love, under Marquez's pen, is like the cholera epidemic itself, contagious, destructive, yet carrying within it the seed of rebirth. For more than half a century, his passion was an obsession he could never shake. What he longed for wasn't only Fermina, but the triumph over the pain of rejection, the affirmation of his own worth after proving his strength. Only by doing so could he heal his wound and reclaim the dignity he had once lost. Isn't this the story of many of us? We love, we pursue with everything we have, yet feel so fragile and powerless in the face of fate's refusal. We pour out our youth and passion, and sometimes receive nothing in return. But the truth is, the problem lies within us. As one author once wrote, "Of all responsibilities in life, the most fundamental is to become yourself, to live as a self with unique value and character." So don't waste your days chasing a wild horse while you are still weak. Tend to the meadow instead. When spring comes and the grass grows lush and the flowers bloom, that horse will find its way back to you. Love works the same way. Don't let your undeveloped self, your skills, your character, your strength be the reason the balance tips against you. The foundation of love is becoming the best version of yourself. When you shine brightly enough, strong and confident, the love you long for will come to you naturally. The same issue can be seen in countless ways. The same book can give rise to completely different understandings depending on who is reading it. What I'm sharing with you today is simply my own perspective, my personal reflections after finishing this novel offered, so that you might take something from it too. When it comes to love in this story, I must admit I don't like Dr. Urbino. He was unfaithful, a man who betrayed his marriage. But I don't like Ariza either. Yes, he clung to the memory of a 51-year love, but at the same time, he went on to romance 622 other women. And I cannot say I like Fermina much either, for in the end, she didn't truly love her husband. Nor did she truly love Ariza. She merely chose whichever man seemed most suitable at a given moment in her life. For me, this book is not just about love, it is about learning from characters who feel as real and flawed as people in our own lives. It teaches us how to love, how to nurture, and how to build our own happiness both before and during a relationship. Above all, it reminds us, love yourself first. Work on becoming better, because when you change, when you become excellent, you also become more compassionate. And you finally understand how to love in the truest sense. Then you can give a love that is unconditional, rather than treating love as a mere transaction. What we all need is balance, and to keep it. In love, balance is the key to longevity. I especially love this saying, learn from the umbrella. If you cannot shield someone from sun and rain, no one will ever carry you above their head. Remember this. As long as you grow and improve yourself, everything else in your life will begin to grow better too. If you want to love others, start by filling yourself first. The way you love yourself is the way you teach others how to love you. My hope is that each of us can be sincere, and by becoming our best selves, we can experience love that is both beautiful and meaningful in this one precious life. Thank you for listening to The Daily Better, a channel dedicated to sharing personal growth insights through great books. If you found today's video helpful, please share it with someone who might need it. Support us by clicking like, subscribing, and turning on the notification bell so you don't miss our weekly uploads. And if you have any thoughts or feelings to share, drop them in the comments below. Thank you, goodbye, and see you in the next video.